And here's a rundown on some of our Alaska news for this particular Tuesday morning. It is May 9th, 2017, and as always, we have more stories than we have time for. So what I'll do is give you kind of a breakdown of some of the headlines, and if you want more details, become a subscriber at radiofreespeech.com, and I will email you a 30 to 40-minute rundown. It's actually basically all the meat of the stories that we get from all the local sources around the state. Fairbanks police are searching for a shooting suspect. They've actually identified the fellow who allegedly shot the guy over there on College Road. This is the third homicide in just about 5 weeks here in the Fairbanks area, and this is the only one that they have named a suspect for. He is described as an Alaska Native male, about 6 foot tall, a last name of Alexei. If you see him, do not approach him. He is considered armed and dangerous. There is a couple of different bills in the Alaska Legislature, two of them, one from the House and one from the Senate, both of which seek to ban sexual contact between police and prostitutes. It's now been met with opposition from the police, which is raising a number of different questions. In fact, it was the sex workers that brought the measure to the legislators in the first place, saying, hey, we don't think it's right that police should be allowed to have sex with prostitutes and then turn around and arrest them for prostitution. That is now, it looks like neither one of the bills are going anywhere because of the pressure being put on the legislators by the police unions and the police chiefs in different cities, particularly the police chief from Anchorage, who basically says it's not needed. The Kachemak Mariculture Center is looking to boost the oyster industry. They're saying that they are avoiding the acidification issue that is affecting the native population of oysters out there in the ocean itself. And they're saying this because they can avoid the acidification. It could be a way of reviving the mariculture industry. Also, a couple of Alaska groups are working in Kodiak to try to make sure that shellfish are safe to eat. Did you know that most of the paralytic shellfish poisoning that happens in the state of Alaska is in Kodiak? They're trying to come up with a way of testing for it that's going to be cheap and easy to use. We'll see how they do with that. Another earthquake hit Alaska Sunday night. This one in the interior was widely felt in the Fairbanks and Two Rivers area. And basically no report of damage, but it was a good little jolt, and that brought the weekend total for the state up to 4. However, there was another report of a series of earthquakes going on in the Aleutians on Monday morning. A bee supplier says that Alaska Airlines is now discontinued its practice of shipping bees after a package containing bees was damaged and some bees got out on a flight, which means that some of the people expecting their shipments of bees here in the state of Alaska may not get them. A Cook Inlet oil producer has delayed their planned exploration until the dust settles on the oil tax situation, saying, hey, look, this uncertainty, we can't move forward. We can't commit to doing something only to have you change the oil tax thing. Basically, they're relying on the subsidies. They've been heavily subsidized in the past, and they're saying if we don't have the subsidies, we're not going to do the exploration. Meanwhile, those very oil issues are gumming up the legislature right now, which, by the way, as of May 17th, will officially be at the 121-day constitutional limit, which is only a limit in the sense that that's when it officially ends. They can vote to give themselves an extra 10 days, and then they can also bring themselves into another 30-day special session, or the governor could call them into one. So there you have it. That's our news for today. Make sure you check out the website of radiofreespeech.com. Today's commentary focuses on the 20 different states that currently have legislation either pending or awaiting their governor's signatures, which would restrict free speech. You'll see my view at it and my commentary, and make sure you engage me by sending me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com, or by calling my studio line, which is now fully operational.